Did you know that the UN Sustainable Development Goals are a universal call to action that unites 193 countries around the world? If these global goals are fulfilled by 2030, life on Earth will be better for everyone. So, what are these goals? Eliminate poverty in all its forms. No hunger. Everyone should have safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. Everyone has equal access to healthcare, thus ensuring our well-being and a healthy life. Equal access to a quality education. Ensure gender equality where women and girls have the same opportunities as men and boys. By achieving these goals, each member of our society will be equal, safe, and happy. UN global goals also include access to safe drinking water and sanitation, access to clean energy that is safe for people and the environment, sustainable and stable economic growth. Everyone has a decent job, strong infrastructure, and the support of innovations. Lower inequality within and among countries. Cities and settlements be developed without damaging the environment and people. Achieving these goals will result in the well-being of people and our planet. We can further take care of our environment with the following goals: sustainable and safe production and consumption of products. Take urgent measures to reduce climate change and its impact. Ensure the sustainable use and protection of ocean and sea resources. Restore and protect Earth's ecosystems. By achieving these goals, we will form a society where strong institutions ensure peace and justice. It is important for everyone to be involved and to build partnerships for achieving sustainable development goals. You are part of this process. Demand the implementation of these goals. Take the lead and share information with your friends.
Certainly, there are several global issues that are applicable to the Philippines as a part of its commitment to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Based on the country's current context, some of the most pressing global issues include poverty and hunger, SDG 1 and 2. The Philippines continues to facing significant challenges related to the poverty and hunger, with a high percentage of the population living below the poverty line and a significant number of individuals experiencing food insecurity. Quality education, SDG 4. Although the Philippines has made progress in improving access to education, there are still significant challenges related to the equality of education in the country, including inadequate infrastructure, undertrained teachers, and a lack of resources. Sustainable cities and communities, SDG 11. The country's rapid urbanization has led to the challenges related to inadequate infrastructure, air pollution, traffic congestion, and poor sanitation, among others. Climate change, SDG 13. The Philippines is highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, including increased frequency and intensity extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and ocean acidification. And last, gender equality, SDG 5. Despite progress in recent years, the Philippines continues to struggle with gender inequality, including significant disparities in access to education, employment, and political participation for women. Certainly, I can discuss one of the 5 global issues I mentioned earlier. I think it's essential to discuss climate change, which is one of the most pressing global issues facing the Philippines. The Philippines is a country that is highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. The country is located in a typhoon belt and the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it susceptible to natural disasters such as typhoons, floods, landslides, and earthquakes. The impacts of climate change such as rising sea levels, ocean acidification, increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events exacerbate these vulnerabilities. The country has already experienced the devastating impacts of climate change. For example, Typhoon Yolanda, which struck the country in 2013, was one of the most powerful tropical cyclones ever recorded, resulting in more than 6,000 deaths and 2.86 billion damages. To address the impacts of climate change, the Philippines has taken several steps to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions, increase its reliance to the impacts of climate change, and transition to a low-carbon economy. For example, the country has established a Climate Change Commission, which is responsible for formulating policies and programs to address climate change. The country has also set a goal to reduce its greenhouse gas emission by 70% by 2030. However, much more needs to be done to address the impacts of climate change in the Philippines. The country needs to continue to invest in renewable energy, to improve its infrastructure, to increase its reliance to the impacts of climate change, and to implement policy to reduce emission from the transport and agriculture sectors. Additionally, there is a need for increased awareness and education on the impacts of climate change and the actions individuals can take to reduce their carbon footprint. This is Jamor D. Pabillaran, B.Ed 3B. Thank you for listening.